What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Shop Talk here at 31 Records, my record store in Houston, Texas. There's 2 episodes dropping today. One high energy, this one low energy, the other one. My apologies. I was like, my brain was just fogged out, bro. Like I couldn't concentrate. I was really tired. Anyways, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Please like these videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. We need your help, man. I want to hit that 11,000 mark by the end of the month if we can. I don't know if it's possible, but I believe in my community. I think we can make this happen. Shout out Broken Cuffs, rocking their shirt today. Let's go. Them's the homies. Get covered up my big old fat belly. Gonna go see Subhumans tonight, so I'll have a scene report on that tomorrow. Maybe I'll be able to talk to those dudes and get some Patreon footage up. So yeah, this video is for a particular viewer. This is shout out to Jello Biafra R2T. He put up a comment that said un momento, por favor. I really did, man. I thought it was going down.
No, this was when they cleaned up the bag, so they had this up there. I said, "Oh, this would be great for my patio."
No, I really thought that. I was like, oh shit. I was filming. I was like, hold on a second. Because I'm gonna let you give me some shit. I'm saying, I'll kick out the sandals. Okay, good. That's good news. That's good news. I really thought some like youngsters were stealing or something. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so I saw one of the other shop owners walk by with like a 2x4 looking kind of like he was ready to get us some shit. I jumped up quick, bro. I was like, no, I know him very well. That's my friend, man. I can't let him get into some kind of drama, specifically with a piece of wood. You know what, though? I didn't even grab my, oh, where is it? Look, I typically have this sitting in front of me. My rancid bat. This little thing will hurt, bro. What? Hit you on the shins, too. Bah! I've hit people with one of these once. I had a Houston Astros one back in the 90s, and this kid was picking on me, this neighbor kid. Dude, he was relentlessly bullying me, and it was like sitting in my garage, like up against the garage door, kind of like, you know, you could barely see it. And I was running in the garage just to get away from this kid because he was throwing rocks at me. Rocks, dude. And I turned around to like see where he was, and I saw this sitting on the thing. So I picked it up and I had it like by my leg a little bit. And then he come running by, and then he saw me, so he stopped and came back, and he came right up to my garage door. And he was like, you know, I don't remember what we were saying, you know, you, this and that. And so I just kind of, I pulled it out like this, and he was like, what are you going to do with that? And I ran over, and I hit him in the shin. Boom. I didn't want to hit him in the face. I was too scared to. In hindsight, the shin, fantastic place to hit somebody with a piece of wood. Rewind. The shin, a fantastic place to ping somebody with a mini bat. Anyways, now that I'm done embarrassing myself, that was hilarious. Okay, shout out to, as I was saying before, Jello Biafra R2T. Anyways, he says, thank you for your transparency and answering your email very fast. Obviously, he sent me an email. Great to start a great series. I would love to know about your branding, how you decided to name 31 Records, and maybe for part 2, the pros and cons of eBay and Discogs in terms of selling. That would be helpful information. I opened up my Discogs account on my end to start. I have 377 records so far that I can sell. And then he says, thanks, coach. Let's go. Go team. First, 377 records is going to take you a fucking lifetime to list. So get to it, buddy. Have fun with that. All right, let's start with 31 records because I've explained this a bunch. I'll make it the quick version, all right? 31 records. 31 is a number that has been in my life for a very long time, since age 20 just about. I got a tattoo of a 31 instead of a 13 on Friday the 13th as a act of rebellion, not the Offspring song. It just happens to kind of match that. But it wasn't an accident. I went in and intentionally got a 31 tattooed behind my ear. And then it just started popping up everywhere in my life, right? But I also had a comic book shop. When the comic book shop was called Fun Stuff Comics and More out in Katy, Texas. When we closed during COVID, I was going to open up a smaller spot, and we never called it Fun Stuff. We just called it the shop, right? And so I was like, man, let's just call it the shop if we open up another spot. And then to make sure that it was unique to me, I was like, why don't we just call it the Shop 31? And all my buddies were like, that actually makes sense. And so I was just going to call it the shop with a little 31 next to it, right? Mostly just the shop. And then that turned into Shop 31 TV on YouTube, where I was doing comic book and movie reviews, which then turned into 31 TV, where I was doing old punk rock guy does hip hop reviews, which I hated. All right. 31 Records started just because I started a label, and I was like, I don't want to pigeonhole myself. I want to be able to put whatever I want in my label. And I started, the very first thing I ever did was a hip hop tape. Shout out TJ Trainwreck. And so I put out a tape for him, and I was like, what do I call it? 31. The triangle logo was just a 31. It ends up representing me, my shop. I'm the circle, the shop, the channel, the label. It just happened. It was organic, right? 31. I got sober at age 31. Had my first kid at 31. I was in Las Vegas. I had a really good night. The next night, I had a bad night, and I was fixing to blow all my money. And then I won 31-31 at 3:10 in the morning. All right? I have evidence of this. Just shit like that, man. I go places, and if I'm with a group of people and we can't hear very well, they'll be like, your order number's 31. And everybody's looking at me like, what the fuck? That happens all the time. It just follows me around, man. 31's everywhere. Yeah, it's a number that's important to me. I mean, it's a lot deeper than that, but I was reborn at age 31. Getting sober, starting a family. That year, very important. Important enough to name an entire business after it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not really all it signifies. But it's just my lucky number, 31, man. Let's go. All right. eBay, Discogs. There are massive pros. There are pretty hefty cons to both of those. All right, let's start with eBay. The pros. You'll sell fast, and you'll be in front of millions of eyeballs a day. That's the only pros. There are so many cons to eBay. They used to have an 8% fee. Then it went to 10. Then it was 11. I think now it's somewhere like 12 to 13. It just keeps going up. When are you going to have to pay 30% to sell on eBay? It's crazy, right? So depends on what you've got. If it's high-priced items, you can't sell it on eBay. The only people that are going there are bargain hunters. I rarely, if ever, use eBay. Please do not use eBay. They only care about the buyer. They do not care about the seller. So when I had my comic book shop, I used eBay as a second source of income. I literally would, if I was slow, I would list books on eBay all day. Just like I do here with Discogs and now my web store. I'm trying to move to just my web store. I don't even want to use Discogs, and I'll explain why. Discogs isn't such a big deal. I just want to be able to have all my stuff in one place and maximize my earnings for my work, right? But Discogs is still a great site. So let me just go ahead and say that right now. Discogs I personally really like, and also people that want to argue that eBay and Discogs don't dictate the price of things are very incorrect. They absolutely do, because those are the largest markets where we can find what a market value of something is. The value of a record is not what you think it is. If you think it's worth $20, but the rest of the world thinks it's worth 50, cool. Sell me as many as you've got at $20. I'll sell them at 40. We'll both be happy, right? People don't operate like that. People that tell you that I don't overprice my stuff are full of shit. They don't sell things. It is a lot of work to overprice. It's not overpricing it, it's pricing it what it's valued at. Now, I typically like to price on the lowest end I can on Discogs, unless it's like, we're talking somewhere between $32 and $36. It's just whatever I paid plus my percentage. If that ends up being $34.50, then fine. All right. Most people aren't arguing about $1 or $2, right? We're talking like $75 records that are 70, or $100 records that are 88 versus 100, or $125 records that you got for 110. That's when you start to see a difference in people buying stuff, right? If you can keep your prices within 10% of the market value, either direction, you should be able to sell plenty of stuff. Because as you get a good reputation, a little bit of an increased price won't matter to the people that are buying from you. And then when you're new, you have to sell it at a small discount, right? Be patient. Don't underprice your stuff if you don't have to. If you're looking to make money right away, sell it at the price you can get it immediately, right? But if you're in it for the long haul and you're trying to cultivate a business, a reputation, a clientele, do it slowly, all right? Do it slowly. Have good stuff. Dude, when you sell something, it better be what you said it was. If you can be somebody that is trustworthy and ships on time and packs the right way, even if you have to charge for the shipping, people will buy from you, I promise. But it takes time. Cultivating a business, cultivating a clientele, I've been doing this for 5 years and I'm just now starting to make money. So, but I love doing this and I want you to do it if that's what you want to do. And I'm not talking to just you. I'm talking to everybody that's watching this. Anybody that's watching this video, man. So eBay only cares about their buyers. They don't care about their sellers, because for every one buyer, there's 10 sellers. People are trying to sell shit all day long. So they're incredibly strict with their sellers and they're really lenient with their buyers. So I've had people, I'll give you an example that's very specific. I had a comic book called God's Country. It was #1. At the time, a near mint, like 9.6 to 9.8 copy was going for like $80 to $100 raw, and then, I don't know, $250 graded, right? I had a personal copy that was pristine. I had got it from the manufacturer. I saw it, was like, I like this book, I'm keeping it. Boom, it went into my collection, right? Fell into hard times, went to go sell some of my personal stuff. That was one that I could do without, because I had the you know, the volume where I could read it all. I like reading. Image comics are still the best, in my personal opinion. I sold it to a guy for $60. I needed the money fast, so I sold it for $65. So I ended up with like $57 or something out of it. I sold it, shipped it, I packed it. Man, I ran a comic book shop. I had plenty of packing supplies. He got it, and within like a day was like, hey, I got the package, but the book's damaged. And I was like, no, I need video, I need photos. He sends me photos. I said, send me a photo of the box. And he sends me a photo of the box. Box is fine. The book has a crease on the back cover that was not there when I sent that book. Again, I reiterate, this was my personal collection book. It was a 9.8. It was a perfect book. It was, well, I don't know what they're doing now with these 9.9s and shit, but like, it was a mint book. It was fresh off the shelf, dude. Like, it came out of the box from from Diamond and went straight into a bag and board in my collection. It was a perfect copy. And I had a stellar rating on eBay. So he contacts me and I was like, hey man, that's not the book I sent you. And he's like, yeah, it is. And so he hits up eBay. He's like, hey, I bought a book from this guy. It's damaged. I want my money back. eBay freezes my funds, takes it back out of my bank account, refunds this dude. He ships me back this book, and I get a book back that it's just so incredibly obvious it wasn't the same book. As I opened the package up, you could tell. I couldn't see it on the front on the photos, but the front cover had a little bit of damage. It wasn't the same book. That's the kind of shit you have to deal with eBay. I don't know how you get around that, but people are shady, they are dishonest, and they take advantage of eBay's, you know, very pro customer situation, you know. So I hate selling on eBay. If I can avoid it, I will. I buy on there occasionally, but even on eBay, I don't even like buying on eBay. Since I'm in music, I don't buy anywhere except Discogs or through manufacturers or through my walk-in customers at this point. Discogs, I typically only buy personal stuff. There's not enough room on there to make any money, so I don't buy. Unless it's a special order and I'm not marking it up, I'm just getting something for somebody, which I occasionally do that. I'll handle all the, you know, maybe I'll charge them, you know, 15%, and I'll do all the quality control. I'll find it, I'll buy it, I'll get it, I'll check it, and then I'll give it to them. That's worth, you know, $5 to $10 for somebody sometimes if it's a pretty hard to find record. Hold on one second. I think I got a customer. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. He walked away. I have my door shut when I film these things, so it's all good. It's been very, very slow today. I'm about to go to a show. But yeah, I've had a lot of issues on eBay. Just it just they really only care about making money. Their fees keep going up. You're not protected, and people lie. eBay is a bargain hunter's place. Not only that, but like on eBay, you can't even price things at like an appropriate price. People are only there to bargain hunt. They do not want like quality stuff at a fair price. No, they want like the best stuff at like swap meet prices. It's basically a giant garage sale, but like when you're shopping for something, you can't seem to find a good price. When you're selling stuff, you can't seem to get a good price. I hate eBay. I don't like it. I occasionally have to use it. All right. Discogs. I like Discogs. Oh, and on eBay, you can't even, if you send an email, like a message, and you put like your personal email in there, dude, they'll ban your account. It's insane. They want you to use their place and their place only. They want you to pay all their fees. It's insane, dude. Discogs, I like Discogs. You can send personal messages. It's basically just like a forum that, you know, you have the privilege of selling through their place. If you records, tapes, CDs, it's all on Discogs. 8-tracks, it's all on Discogs, right? I genuinely have had no problems on there, both selling and buying. When you sell something online, the best thing that you can do, there's like 3 things that I consistently tell people. Make sure that whatever you're selling is described appropriately. Ship it as quick as you can. Pack it well. All right? Don't skimp on the packing, man. Just put the time into it. Pass that cost along to the customer. That they assume those costs when they buy from you. If you're shipping, it's their responsibility to pay for the shipping. It's not yours. Not unless you decide you want to. If you're making enough money to ship it for free, go for it. Every now and then, if I buy a collection and I got a few pieces that I can sell it and ship it for free, I do. But typically, if I'm doing stuff from like a manufacturer, not a manufacturer, a distributor, I can't afford to ship that stuff. I'm barely making not even $10 on an album, $8 maybe. So I can't afford to put 5 of that into shipping, plus the box, plus the dude. Shipping's expensive. Discogs is good though. Only problem is it's not as big as eBay, but it is a specific niche market. So I like Discogs. If you're gonna sell on Discogs. Make sure and be ready to take photos of stuff if people ask for it. That's another thing I like about Discogs is you don't have to photograph every single thing. If you list it appropriately and you describe it appropriately, you should be fine. But I would be generous with your grading. If it looks like it could be a near mint minus, but you know it's a VG plus, just put VG plus on there. People understand how this works. Don't put a VG plus on there that's a VG at best. That's not going to get you any return business. Even if it is accurate, just grade conservatively, sell at a reasonable price, ship it the right way. Communication is key on both websites. If people message you, message them back. If people buy from you, ship their item. Don't dick around. People don't want that. People don't want to wait forever and ever and ever on their products, okay? Online sales are great. I want to ultimately get all my stuff to my web store because even Discogs takes like a 10% fee. Man, so for every $1,000 I'm giving up $100, dude. That's 3 or 4 records that I'm giving up. So yes, it's good to have. So here's the thing. If you don't have a YouTube channel or a giant Instagram following or a shop, you can't do a web store because it'll take you forever to drive traffic to it. I have all those things and it's still taking me a long time to drive traffic because I also have to list things all the time. That also takes time. Time is the one thing we don't get back, so be careful with your time. If you can take one photograph and list it on 3 different things, go for it. But my best advice is to make sure you are careful with your inventory. If it is listed on 3 platforms, or even 4, eBay, Instagram, /Facebook, I guess, Discogs, web store, and you sell it, pull it off of the one that is still on there, because the worst thing you can have happen is people that buy stuff from you that you don't have. Literally happened to me yesterday. Somebody bought a movie that I was pretty certain that I had. I can't find it. So either somebody bought it in the store and I don't remember it, and I forgot to remove it. That sucks, dude. That sucks ass, man. I've had that happen a couple times. Most people are understanding if you say, hey, I run a store, man. Like, I sold it to somebody else and I just hadn't had time to remove it yet. Most people are pretty cool, but Who wants to hear that shit? Do you want to hear that as a customer? Just look at everything you're doing as if you're the customer. If you would be happy with it, it's probably fine. But yeah, man, eBay is pretty trash. Discogs is pretty great. eBay only cares about the people buying shit on there, and Discogs cares about records and music. So I like Discogs a lot. I have a linked store on Discogs right now. It's in the description. I have a linked web store, Instagram, all that stuff. Man, you use everything. Use all of it. But if you're trying to make a living doing this, it's going to be incredibly hard because I can't even live off this yet. If my wife stopped working, we would be in a fucking world of trouble right now. So believe me, I would love to do this for forever, right? But it's not feasible, man. Not yet. You got to do a lot of business to be able to live on this stuff, even if it's just you. Let's say it's just you. Rent is $1,200 a month. Let's say all your other bills make it, let's say $2,000 a month plus groceries. You're gonna sell 200 records a month, and then you're gonna have maybe that much money, but that doesn't include. That's just your profit margin. What are you gonna do about your rent, your overhead, your shop, or if you're doing it just from home, you can replenish. If you're doing it digitally and you can sell 200 records a month at $10 in profit, you might be able to make a living. I don't know if you can do that. You have to sell 250 records a month to live off of, and that's if you're diligently doing it. You're gonna have to hustle too. Man, can you imagine shipping 250 records a month? Oh my goodness, dude. Doing 10 a week is a lot. Yeah, this is a hard work, man. If it's just a little side hustle, go make your money, bro. My honest opinion is you should not do this if you don't want to invest all of your time, make almost no money, but have a cool place. I make dick for money, but I got a cool place. You know what I'm saying? I get to have a lot of fun conversations, do stuff like this. But yeah, man. Let me know what you think. 31 Records, man. Out here trying to make some shit happen. But I love what I do. I don't make a lot of money doing it. I keep saying that because people don't believe me. I don't make much money doing this, man. It's hard. It's hard work. YouTube, hard work. I work way more hours than most people do, and I make way less money. But I enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to figure out this balance, dude. It's really hard to figure out that balance. So yeah, crazy, man, crazy. I have a lot of fun. You got questions? Let me know. You want me to talk about more stuff? Let me know in the comments, dude. You know, I don't really have much else to say about that right now. If you have specific questions, hit me up. I'll answer them on the videos. But I'm gonna go to this Subhuman show and hang out with the homies. I gotta get some food in my stomach first, so I'm gonna go. I'm wearing sandals too, so I need to put on my tennis shoes and stuff. So yeah, have a great day, everybody. I hope your weekend's going well. Let's go Volk on UFC. Was it 314 tomorrow night? I hope so. I hope Volk wins. That's my guy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling now. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good day. I'll talk to y'all soon. All right, peace.